Hi, I'm Realtor Bert Tade, and welcome to another video of my video series that I call Sipping Coffee or Tea with Realtor Bert Tade. It's an educational video series. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far, and we attempt to sort through the hype, the hoopla, and yes, even the media negativity surrounding the real estate business. So today's topic is actually a part 2 video. I did a video a couple days ago about how to find pre-foreclosure, divorce, and motivated sale houses. And we want to go ahead and give you the video number 2, same topic, right? And these are going to be 5 more methods or ways in which you can find those properties, especially looking to invest. So investing in real estate is a terrific vehicle for long-term wealth and for increasing your net worth. It is a well-known fact that some of the wealthiest individuals in the United States of America have made at least some of their money, if not all of it, through real estate investing, right? They have major investments in a lot of different areas of real estate. So that is a surefire way. There's so many different advantages with investing in real estate, not the least of which is leverage. There's appreciation, there's depreciation on your taxes, so there's some tax benefits there, as well as, of course, principal pay down when you're using leverage, right? When you're getting a loan. So, with that in mind, I'm Realtor Bert Tade, and I'm broker owner of Santino Properties LLC, a boutique brokerage that specializes in helping buyers and sellers with off-market properties through unique marketing. So I wanted to talk to you guys today again about this topic about finding these homes, but I want to caution you. Toward the end of the video, I'm going to talk about how you should consult a professional. You should always consult a professional, okay? Even if it costs you, I don't know, $500, $1,000 or something to consult, to ask for, a consultation with someone like myself, someone that has experience in investing in real estate, someone who's done the investing themselves, someone that knows people, that knows the avenues, that knows the attorneys, that a lot of different ways to do creative financing. I know attorneys that will do lease to own type of contracts, and listen, not just anybody will. Those are most attorneys that I've met won't touch them. It's called a contract for deed, and a lot of folks don't even want to mess with that. There's special paperwork and special steps that you must take. For example, I'm just giving you one example, right? I know an attorney here in San Antonio that specializes in that type of work. Reach out to me, leave me a comment below. Your best bet though is to reach out to me here up above. There's a WhatsApp link. Call me, DM me, whatever, text me the old-fashioned way, whatever, and I'll be happy to guide you on this, right? So let's go into the 5 ways. I've already gone over 5 other ways in that other video. This is part 2. These are another 5 ways. Attend auctions, right? We talked about online auctions and some sites that specialize in this in the last video. However, the main auction here in Bexar County, right, in San Antonio, Texas, is held on the steps. The county courthouse is on Nueva, downtown. Can't miss it. It's a really interesting brownstone exterior building. It's kind of maroon looking. It's got like kind of almost like two steeples that are made out of brick, right, or the brownstone material. And they typically hold those auctions on the back steps, and that is on the first Tuesday of every month. There are a number of properties for sale there. And I will caution you though, the auction does require cash, and it requires you to be pre-registered. So I can tell you from experience that you have to register ahead of time. You can go online, find out more information. Again, reach out to me at the number above. I'm happy to guide you on that as well. At no charge, by the way. But if you're buying at an auction, it takes a tremendous amount of preparation, right? You have to be ready for the sale. You need to do your due diligence. You need to have driven by each one of the houses. Most buyers that I've observed, because I've gone to these auctions, really not even so much to buy, but to meet other investors. and to network with them to perhaps either partner on a deal, JV, as we say in real estate investing, a joint venture on a deal, or even to learn from them, right? To pick up cash buyer lists, because not everybody's going to walk away with a property, but they've still got a fistful of cash. It's burning a hole in their pocket, and they're ready to buy a distressed home, or one, of course, at a discount. And some of those folks have some very, very deep pockets. I've created a list of cash buyers, not only here in San Antonio, even in the Valley. It's deep South Texas, that are looking to buy homes for cash, and they're very well capitalized. They can pull the trigger on a deal, no questions asked, right? Close within a couple weeks, right? Anybody says, well, I can close in 3 days, they must not need a title search, right? Because that chain of title that the title company performs, they do that, and they need at least a week. I mean, they're not going to do it overnight. It's not going to happen. So be prepared. Remember that these are cash only, and they're non-contingent. So you got to pony up right after the sale. There's a method by which you make that monetary transfer, but you have to usually show proof of funds when you're registering ahead of time. And you usually do that registration, I believe, a week ahead of time. So it's a really interesting process. If not anything else, just go down there, like I have a few times, and go check it out. It's very, very interesting. Meet some people, shake some hands, watch the process as it goes around. But let me caution you, again, from experience, I must tell you, do your due diligence. You have to. A big part of that is, and I'll tell you why. I was able to tour a home once that was going to be auctioned on Tuesday, and I went with my investor client over the weekend, because it was just about to be taken off of the MLS. It was still on the MLS, and I was able to access the property with my credentials. And we viewed the property, and the owners that had lost the property had gone on the roof somehow. It was a clay tile roof, and they had taken a sledgehammer to the clay tiles on the roof, just out of spite, probably, because as if it's the bank's fault that they didn't make their payments, right? Like the bank got them into some squirrely loan that they couldn't afford. Typical, right? Just not taking ownership for the mistakes that they made, right? They couldn't make those payments. That's on them. And believe me when I tell you that they're paying for it. And that was several years ago. They're probably still paying for it on their credit report. Guess why? Because a foreclosure, folks, is the atomic bomb for your credit. It's the worst. The worst. 7 years before you get that off. And it's really, really bad. Anyway, so they had broken the tiles. We happened to go on a day it was raining. The rain was just dripping in like a steady flow of water. There was this much standing water in the living room, and there was mold already growing up the walls and stuff. I mean, what do you think that remediation cost? And he was about to go to auction in a few days after we viewed it. I mean, obviously he didn't take the property, but somebody must have bought it, because typically you can't tour those homes, those auction homes, before they go to auction. They're on the auction block, and you haven't seen the inside. You're buying that property sight unseen, as we say in real estate. So just beware. Be very, very cautious with that. Real estate wholesalers is another avenue. That's number 2 method for finding off-market distressed sellers, pre-foreclosure deals, divorce, that kind of thing. Real estate wholesalers, they do a pretty good job for the most part. Try to connect with them. They specialize in finding motivated sellers. I mean, they do a ton of marketing. They spend a lot of money. I will caution you, though, here once again. I know a lot of wholesalers, and most of them are really good people, right? Some of them are a little unscrupulous, but one thing I will tell you, they almost all will inflate the comps. They say, "Oh, this house can sell for this much, and I'm only selling it for this much." And remember that what a wholesaler does, right? They're flipping the paper, right? They put it under contract through their marketing. They meet with the seller. I'll make them an offer, and some of them can close. Most of them cannot. So that means that they have no intention of buying the house if they can't fall through. So they're going to put the name of the seller in paragraph 1 of our 1 to 4 family, and they're going, as the buyer, they're going to put, XYZ LLC and or assigns. And that means they can assign the contract. They're going to flip it to another investor who's going to close with them. They're going to make some money in between, right? Maybe they'll even do a double close. Ask me more about that if you want some more information. So, but one thing, and some of them, like I said, most of them are really, really good people, and they're good business people. They don't intend to close, most of them. So just know that if you're selling your house to a wholesaler, because they never intend to buy it. They're just looking to flip the paper. Most of them don't have the financial means with which to buy. So, and again, good people just always going to inflate the comps. Ask me for help. Ask me for some guidance on comps, right? I'm happy to work with investors. I love working with investors. I love working with mom and pop investors, right? They just want to purchase a home to generate some income and build some equity for their kids' college fund. So when they go to college, then they can of course do that. Now there is a way by which it's especially for that, and the cash flow that comes from the monthly rents and so forth, right? The delta between what you owe the bank and what you can rent the house out for. You're building equity, you're paying down your mortgage, and there's a special program. If you want to know what it's called, reach out to me. And I'll tell you about it. There's a company that specializes in that type of investment. You can buy the home and put it in your kid's college fund name, the name of your kid's college fund, and when they go to college, they've got a house that's maybe not completely paid off, but they have a ton of equity in it, and each month they were growing in their college fund all that cash flow, and it's growing tax free. Reach out to me. I'll be happy to tell you about it. A lot of folks don't know about that. It's a really good method for saving for college, right? Number 3, online real estate forums and communities. There's a lot of Facebook groups and different groups on Instagram and stuff. Where they participate in forums, and it's meant to be for real estate investing. Members might share insights and leads, based on motivated sellers and that kind of thing, or hey, I'm selling a property, is anybody interested in this deal, or hey, do you want a JV on a deal with me, that kind of thing. It's in such and such an area of town, and that kind of thing. Meetups, it's another one, right? A lot of meetup groups, for apartment investing, for single family investing, whatever, that kind of thing. Number 4 is drive around neighborhoods, right? Just drive and just look for houses that are boarded up with, OSB or plywood on the windows and stuff like that. Signs of distress, overgrown lawns, for sale by owner signs. However, the lawns are overgrown, like they don't live there. Approach the owners directly. Research their contact information. In other words, skip traces, we say, right? Again, if you need some help with some tools on that, I'll be happy to either guide you or maybe just, like I said, just so we can start working together. I'll be happy to throw you some information. I have some really terrific tools to research owners. There is a vacant home down the street from my house. I found the owner, and I've left her, and I don't know how many voicemails over the past 5 years that I've been here. I've sent her text messages. I really want for her to sell that house, if not to me, to somebody else, right? Somebody that can do something with it. It's an eyesore. It's always overgrown. They found people squatting in there. It's just, who knows what kind of animals. I've got a lot of animals. I got raccoons in my neighborhood. I got skunks. I have armadillo. I have opossum. It's bad. And those type of houses that are like that, they attract a lot of animals and vagabonds, right? they're just looking for a cool place to squat, right, or a warm place in the wintertime. So just be careful as you're walking around these kind of places because you are trespassing, by the way. Just drive around, just kind of get some more information. Look up those owners on the tax records or ask a professional like myself. And the fifth one, the last one I'm going to leave you with is foreclosure listing services, right? They're attorneys that specialize in these type of lists. There are websites that specialize in these type of lists. I subscribe to some websites that help me find off-market sellers because that's what our brokerage does. As I mentioned, right, we specialize in helping buyers and sellers with off-market properties, through unique marketing here at Santino Properties LLC. So there are some really terrific websites that you can use as well. And by the way, talking about that very first one about the public auctions, in person on the Bexar County Courthouse steps. There's a company, I forgot the name, I could find them, the name of the company, that they're attorneys basically, right? And they're the ones who they control the auction and whatever, and they'll sell you the list of the upcoming homes that are going to be auctioned. So that way you can go out and again do your due diligence, and that way when the auction does come up, you should already have an idea. You know what? When I come into this deal, these are the properties I've checked off. These are the ones I want to auction on. So when it comes up to that one property, then you know that's the one that I'm looking at. Yeah, and you have to have a budget, right? How much you're willing to spend, and that should be predicated upon all the due diligence that you've done beforehand. There's a lot of work that goes into this. It's not just let's go buy a house. It's cheap, so let's go get it. No, or I'm going to live in it, whatever. You got to know what your budgets are. It's very, very important. You formulate all that, based on the updates that need to be made to the home, the repairs that need to be made. Probably has foundation issues. We're in San Antonio. The soil is terrible here. So do you have to lift the foundation? What's that going to cost? Consult some contractors, that kind of thing. So in summary, this was how to get access to bank-owned, pre-foreclosure, divorce, and other motivated sale properties. 5 points that I hit on this topic. Attend auctions, real estate wholesalers, online real estate forums and communities on social media. 4, drive around neighborhoods, and 5, foreclosure listings. So that's it for now. But remember, I told you at the end of the video, I'm going to caution you that you must be working with someone who knows what they're doing, right? If you've never done it before, try to reach out to a professional like myself that has some experience in this realm. If not me and Santino Properties LLC, find somebody to give you some guidance, because it's going to be a very costly mistake. Even if we charge you, a fee, right, to help you, get through that, because some of these people, they'll sell you the house. They say, well, I'm not paying real estate brokerage fees. So they're going to want to add that to the price of the house maybe, and something like that, depending on what you negotiate with that real estate broker or agent that will be paid through their broker. You got to make sure that you know that might be a little bit of an extra charge, but it's totally worth it. It's not just a shameless promotion for myself or even my industry, my fellow realtors. It really is just to guide you the right way, that you got to know what you're doing. You have to, if you've never done it before, you got to consult somebody who knows the ins and outs of real estate investing, because this kind of stuff that I'm talking about here, folks, can be very, very risky, but it can also be very, very lucrative. Don't be afraid. Just jump in, but get that guidance from somebody who knows what they're doing. So that's it for now. Once again, I'm Realtor Bert Tade, and this has been Sipping Coffee and or Tea with Realtor Bert Tade. And this is Bella, my dog. That's it for now, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, reach out to me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help you any way I can, right? Number is right above you, and be sure to leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think about this video series. Talk to you soon. That's it for now.